Hi everyone, I'm Benjamin from Capsule Computers, and this is
Jeremy Greiner from THQ, Creative Manager on Darksiders II.
Right, so you're the creative manager on Darksiders II. What exactly does that entail in this game?
It's pretty easy, actually. What I do is I kind of listen to consumer sentiment, what they like in the industry right now, what they don't like, what they liked about Darksiders II and what they disliked, what they liked about Darksiders 1 and what they disliked about it, and I bring that feedback into the design process, so we make sure we design a game that people want to play.
Cool. So I've been playing a little bit of Darksiders 2 earlier. I played Darksiders 1 as well when that came, a little bit after it came out, but roughly same time. Could you maybe give everyone who hasn't yet had a go with Darksiders 2 a little bit of an overview of the differences between the two games?
Sure. Darksiders 1 was the story of war, and now in Darksiders 2 we have Death as our new lead character, and it's the four horsemen of the apocalypse. So the biggest difference between the two games, especially in that it's a sequel, is that we have a brand new protagonist, and they're pretty dissimilar in almost every regard. Where war was kind of steadfast, forward, honor-bound. Death is agile, quick, nimble, sarcastic, arrogant. So Death moves pretty quickly. He doesn't block. War always blocked. War always followed the rules. Death won't follow the rules. He'll do whatever he has to do to get it done. So that's the biggest difference between 1 and 2. The storylines actually happen in parallel during this similar time frame, while War is imprisoned by the Charred Councils and Death's going on his missions and through the underworld to clear his name. So that's pretty much the top line of the differences between 1 and 2.
So in Darksiders 1 we saw a lot of Earth and stuff, and in Darksiders 2 it looks more fantastical. Could you explain that to me?
Yeah, so in Darksiders 1 what we want to do is make something relatable, in introducing a new IP. So we started on Earth. In Darksiders 2 we have, we really have the freedom to take it everywhere else. So Death is exploring all these really fantastical realms, like the Angel Realm, Demon Realm. We have the Dead Plains, which obviously he's very at home there, and also the Makers in Forge Land, which is what you saw today.
In our demo, you've seen a couple of characters. Is there an expansive backup cast, or is it just?
Yeah, there are some other differences between 1 and 2. In Darksiders 1, you met 4 people, and you end up killing 3 of them. In Darksiders 2, you meet a ton of people, so we have a lot of NPCs. It kind of speaks to the features that we have in Darksiders 2, which we didn't have the first go around, which is we have loot. Hundreds of thousands of items of loot that let you customize in your own experience and kind of tailor it to your own playstyle. We have skill trees, Necromancer side and Harbinger side, so there's a warrior track and a more spellcasting track. We have a leveling system, NPC interaction, which unlocks side quests. You can trade with them, you can buy new weapon combos, all kinds of different, RPG type elements that are in these vast overworlds that we have now.
So, looking at the game, do you know what sort of inspirations were behind Darksiders 2 in general?
A lot of what's in Darksiders 2 we actually wanted to get into the first one. There's just only so many things you can get into a brand new IP on a homegrown, brand new engine. Things like wall running and whatnot, those didn't make it in because it didn't really work for War, but it works great for Death. The loot, that was something that was just a huge undertaking. We've had 2 guys on it since day 1. And obviously there's inspiration from games that we played as kids that we all loved. One thing we wanted to do was bring the adventure back into the action-adventure genre. As our genre gets more set-piece oriented each year, kind of like the shooter space, we wanted to put out a true action-adventure game that we wanted to play. So it's a game made for gamers by gamers.
So you said there's more of an adventure aspect. How long would you peg the adventure to take to play that?
If you're sprinting down the critical path, I'd say it's going to take you about 20 hours. I think it would take most people at least 25 down the critical path. And that's just playing the main quests just to get the game done and get that stupid achievement at the end saying you beat the game. If you're going to really go down the rabbit hole and explore all the content, there's tons. You can easily double, triple that.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Nice chatting to you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.